What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Let's see if we can get this. Okay. So here is your injury report for every team, starting with the Arizona Cardinals. So it looks like Will Hernandez, Zaven Collins, Joey Blount, all questionable, as well as Cody Simon is questionable. And of course, Justin Jones, Christian Jones, Hayden Comer, injured reserve. J.J. Russell, Bilal Nichols is out. B.J. Ojulari is out. Walter Nolan III is out. Tristan Jackson, Valaman Sean, Sterling Thomas V, and Sean Murphy Bunting, injured reserve and out. Still. Falcons, Tyrone Wheatley Jr. is on injured reserve as of September 9th. Tackle, Jack Nelson, the other tackle, is questionable. Darnell Mooney is questionable, the receiver. DeMarco Halems, the safety, is questionable. Jamal Agnew is questionable. And Drake London, the receiver, is questionable. Big-time receiver they drafted last year. Baltimore Ravens, Patrick Ricard is questionable to fullback. Isaiah Likely is questionable to tight end. So that's the most recent. Buffalo Bill, Tre'Davious White is questionable. And that's it so far. And their kicker still on injured reserve. Carolina Panthers, Ike Ekwamu, their tackle, is questionable. The defensive tackle, Tershawn Wharton, is still out. Patrick Jones II is questionable. Chicago Bears, Kyler Gordon is questionable to cornerback. Jalen Johnson is questionable for this coming weekend. TJ Edwards is questionable. And Roschon Johnson, the running back, is questionable as well. Austin Booker and Amin Nigmega are expected back October 13th. As well as Travis Homer, coming off injured reserve. Cincinnati Bengals, Lucas Patrick, the guard, is expected back October 12th. No other injuries new to report. Cleveland Browns, Mike Hall Jr. is questionable for the upcoming week at the defensive tackle. Jack Conklin, the offensive tackle, is questionable. And Quinshon Judkins is out for the September 14th game. You got a linebacker, Winston Reed, is expected back October 5th, off injured reserve. As well as a couple other guys, Deshaun Watson and David Bell, the receiver, are expected back October 5th. What will happen ultimately with them, I don't know. Dallas Cowboys, Christian Matthew, the corner, is questionable for this week. Perrion Winfrey went on injured reserve, expected back October 12th. John Stevens Jr. is expected back October 5th. Kalen Carson is expected back October 5th. Phil Maffa is expected back October 5th, as well as Peyton Turner. And Siobhan Revel could be back October 5th, as well as DeMarvion Overshown and Jonathan Mingo. Looks like they're expected back October 5th, as well as Josh Butler. going to get interesting the moves that are going to happen with them. Going to get a lot of the guys healthy. They should get a lot better. Denver Broncos, Dre Greenlaw is questionable for this week. Nate Atkins is questionable as well. Evan Ingram is also questionable. Malcolm Roach is expected back October 5th, as well as Drew Sanders, the linebacker from Alabama. Michael Burton, still on injured reserve, and some others. Detroit Lions, Sion Vaki, the running back, is questionable for this week. Trevor Nowaski, the linebacker, is also questionable. Terrion Arnold is questionable as well for this weekend, as well as Daniel Thomas, the safety. Guard Miles Frazier is expected back October 5th. Josh Pascal is expected back October 5th, it looks like, as well. Malcolm Rodriguez, October 5th. Lee McNeil won't be back till December 4th, it looks like. So that sucks. Green Bay Packers, Dontavian Wicks is questionable for Thursday. Jaden Reed, the other receiver, is questionable. Quay Walker is questionable. Zane Anderson is questionable. Aaron Banks is questionable. Zach Tom is questionable. Baron Sorrell is questionable, the defensive lineman. Nate Hobbs, the corner from the Raiders they got, is questionable. Micah Parsons is questionable. Brenton Cox Jr. is questionable. And Bo Melton is questionable. Expected back October 12th, Jacob Monk, the center. John Williams, the guard. Colin Oliver is expected back to 12th. Marshawn Lloyd, the running back, is expected back to 12th. Christian Watson's expected back October 12th as well. Houston Texans, Cade Stover is doubtful for this week. The tight end. Christian Kirk is questionable. Ed Ingram is questionable. Braxton Berrios is questionable. Jake Andrews, the center, is questionable. Expected back October 5th. Danico Autry, Joe Mixon, both still out. Elijah Uzi, Jalen Reed, and Tank and Dell also expected back October 5th. Also, Jimmy Ward is expected back this weekend, September 15th. And then Kurt Hanish, the defensive tackle, is expected back October 5th. The Colts, Tyler Goodson, the running back, questionable for this week. Tre'Davious Ward, the corner, questionable for this week. Jalen Jones, the corner, questionable. Expected back October 5th. Jalen Carlisle, the linebacker. And that's it. Jacksonville Jaguars, Cole Van Lamen, the tackle for this week, is questionable. Wyatt Malum, the guard, questionable. Montarik Brown, the corner, questionable for this week. Anton Harrison, questionable. Jalen McLeod, the linebacker, is expected back October 5th. And Cooper Hodges, the tackle, October 6th. For the Chiefs, Jalen Royals, the receiver, questionable for this week. Omar Norman Lott, the defensive tackle, is questionable. And Xavier Worthy, even though that injury is kind of severe, questionable. Nazeed Johnson, the safety, is expected back October 6th. Ethan Driscoll is also expected back October 6th to tackle. Jake Brenningstool is expected back to tight end October 6th. And that is it for that. The Las Vegas Raiders, Brock Bowers is questionable for this week. Tight end. Landon Roberts, the linebacker, is questionable. Lonnie Johnson Jr. is expected back October 5th, as well as quarterback Aiden O'Connell. LA Chargers, Denzel Perryman is questionable for this week. Eric Rogers, the corner, is expected back October 5th, as well as Dean Leonard and the long snapper Josh Harris. LA Rams, Steve Avila, the guard, is questionable for this week. Kevin Dotson, the guard, is questionable for this week as well. Colby Parkinson, the tight end, is questionable as well this week. For the Dolphins, James Daniels, the guard, is on injured reserve till October 12th. Jalen Wright, the running back, questionable this week. Darren Waller, the tight end, questionable this week. Ethan Bonner, the cornerback, questionable this week. Benito Jones, the defensive tackle, questionable this week. Storm Duck, the corner, questionable this week. Austin Jackson, the guard, questionable this week. Expected back October 5th, Cam Smith, corner. Liam Eichenberg, the tackle. Andrew Mayer, the center. And Jason Sanders, the kicker. Minnesota Vikings, Elijah Williams, the defensive end, questionable this week. Harrison Smith, the safety, questionable. Xavier Scott, the running back, questionable. Blake Cashman, the linebacker, questionable. Jeff Okudah, the corner, questionable. Christian Darrisaw, the tackle, questionable. Expected back October 5th, Tyler Batty, defensive linebacker. Gavin Bartholomew, the tight end. C.J. Ham, the fullback. New England Patriots. Charles Woods, corner, is questionable this week. Christian Gonzalez, again, questionable. Jelani Tavier is expected by October 5th. The Saints, Chase Young is questionable for this week. Trevor Penning, the tackle, is questionable. Jordan Howden, the safety, is questionable. Julian Blackman, the safety, is questionable. Talise Fuega, the tackle from last year, is questionable. Barry Wesley, another tackle, is on injury reserve, expected back October 5th. Foster Moreau is expected back October 5th. Taysom Hill. John Ridgeway, our former draft pick choice a couple years ago. The Giants, Anthony Johnson Jr. is out until the 5th. Trey Hawkins, the third corner, is questionable. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, is doubtful. That stinks. Andrew Thomas is questionable, the tackle. Rico Payton, the corner, October 5th. And Joshua Azudu, the guard, is expected back October 5th. Victor Dimukeje, October 5th. And Eric Gray are expected back as well. The Jets, Asa Poole is questionable, the tackle. Kini Nwangu, the running back, is questionable. Expected back October 5th. Jamarcus Weston. And Irvin Charles, the receiver. Philadelphia Eagles. Tanner McKee is questionable for this week. Ben Van Sumeren is on injured reserve till October 9th. Landon Dickerson is questionable for this week. Will Shipley is questionable for this week. Expected back October 5th. Willie Lampkin, the center. Miles Hinton, the guard, or the tackle, Nakobe Dean, also expected back October 5th. Pittsburgh Steelers, Derek Harmon is out until September 21st, the defensive tackle. Cameron McCutcheon, the corner, is questionable this week. Deshaun Elliott, the safety, is expected back September 21st. Malik Harrison, 21st of September. Skylar Thompson is questionable this week. Nick Herbig is questionable. Joey Porter Jr. is questionable. Expected back October 12th. Dante Kent, the corner. Will Howard, the quarterback. And expected back to 5th, Corey Trice Jr., the corner. And that's it. 49ers. George Kittle, October 12th, expected back. Jaywan Jennings is questionable. Jordan Watkins is questionable. Jordan James, the running back, is questionable. Brock Purdy is questionable. Expected back October 2nd. Jacob Cowan, the receiver. Kevin Givens, the defensive tackle. Malik Mustafa, the safety. Curtis Rourke, the quarterback. Brandon Ayuk is expected back October 2nd as well. The Seahawks, Derek Young, the receiver, is questionable this week. Uchenna Nwosu, the linebacker, is questionable. Jake Bobo, Nick Emanwari, the safety, all questionable. Expected back October 5th, guard Christian Haynes. Defensive tackle Riley Mills. And Jonathan Hankins, defensive tackle. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Benjamin Morrison, the corner, is questionable. Safety Christian Isian is also questionable. Out until September 21st, Tristan Wirfs, Chris Godwin as well. And October 5th, Jalen McMillan is expected back as well. Tennessee Titans, Kevin Winston Jr., safety, is questionable. J.C. Latham, the tackle, is questionable. Khalil Mullins, the running back, is questionable. Expected back October 5th, Taj Spears, the running back. And that's it. Washington Commanders. Noah Brown is questionable for Thursday night. Austin Eckler is questionable. Tress Way, the punter, is questionable. And Sam Cosmi is supposed to be back October 5th, the tackle. Or the guard, I mean. He was tackled. And that is your injury update for Tuesday, September 9th. So if you guys like the channel, like the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, notifications. Once we hit 100, doing a free giveaway. Love y'all. Peace out.